Welcome to Psychology is Nuts. You know, back in 1919, which was the early days of psychology still, Sigmund Freud had only stopped prescribing cocaine to his patients a couple decades before, a guy named John B. Watson wanted to find out if humans were born pre-programmed with emotions. Yeah, kind of like you, Troy. Or if we learn to develop emotions like fear based on experiences over the course of our lifetime. Basically, he wanted to find out if fear is an innate trait or not. And what better way to find out than by enlisting the help of a bouncing, apple-cheeked, cherub-lipped, 9-month-old baby boy. So Dr. Watson was a respected social psychologist at Johns Hopkins University, and as such, he got his hands on one of his underlings' 9-month-old sons, for which he paid the mother the princely sum of $1. He nicknamed the little boy Albert for the study. It was a pseudonym. And he began by introducing little Albert to all sorts of cute animals, like a friendly rat, a nice fluffy bunny, some friendly doggies, and even stuff that didn't move, like a Santa Claus mask and a sealskin fur coat. Now, Albert didn't seem afraid of any of this stuff. As a matter of fact, all of it seemed to become his pals. Even the monkey that hopped around a lot seemed to just inspire curiosity in Albert, definitely not fear. And so Dr. Watson had his baseline. But Albert's friendship with his old pals didn't last very long, and that's because Dr. Watson had a clever conditioning stimulus. Anytime Albert was introduced to his old friends, Watson was there right behind him with a piece of metal and a hammer, and he would bang them together right behind the baby's head. So when Albert got to see the bunny again, bang! Oh, hey, look, it's the hopping monkey who you used to love. Bang! It's Santa Claus. Bang! Each time, Dr. Watson was there with his hammer and his piece of metal to smack them together right behind Albert's head and terrify him. By the time the third phase of the experiment rolled around, little baby Albert didn't need a hammer to scare him. Anytime his friends were brought out, he would start to cry and try to crawl away in fear. But Albert was just a little baby, so he couldn't get very far. Anytime he did try to crawl off, Dr. Watson or his graduate student assistant would pull him back into place and push his old pals closer to him. Poor baby Albert. Whoa. Albert had proven Dr. Watson's hypothesis. Fear is a conditioned response. Dr. Watson never got around to desensitizing baby Albert. Instead, he ran off with his graduate assistant. And he burned all his notes in 1958. And he died without ever publicly naming baby Albert, because remember, baby Albert was a pseudonym. So for a lot of years, as psychologists got more ethics, they worried that there was some little old man out there who was terrified of bunnies and monkeys and Santa Claus and didn't know why. In 2010, though, a group of researchers found who they think baby Albert was. His name was Douglas Merritt, and he died tragically at age 6 of acquired hydrocephaly. And the worst part is, he was probably still scared of monkeys and bunnies and Santa Claus. And there you have it, another chapter in our book on the annals of psychology's wackiest experiments. Thanks for stopping by.